Maybe it's the high cost of going to a theme park, but a thrill seeker just built his own roller coaster in his backyard.
Fan of amusement parks is a great escape for all of us looking for the thrill of a coaster or a day away from reality. But for others, it means building a coaster in their own backyard. Across the country, inventors, engineers, and families have turned their backyards into amusement park thrills with creativity, engineering, and, well, maybe too big of a need for coasters. Some of the best backyard coasters are still running. Some are defunct. Today, we're taking a look at a few of the best backyard coasters out there. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and a huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members for being part of the community. Back to the backyard coasters. I want to start off by saying all of these coasters are super unique, incredible feats, and I would ride all of them if all of them were still running. If your backyard coaster is left off the list, I apologize. Most backyard coasters are awesome, and it'd be impossible to find everyone's backyard coasters out there. But I'd love to see them, and I know there's definitely way more out there, everyone. Let's get into one of the more interesting ones on my list.
I just had an idea, and I had my A-frame shed here, and I thought, man, that'd make a good lift hill. So I just started on it, built a 10-foot section, kept going from there, one section at a time, and built the Blue Flash.
Before viral videos and coaster channels, one man in Indiana made roller coaster history right in his backyard. His name, John Ivers. The ride? The now legendary Blue Flash, the first ever homemade coaster with a full vertical loop. Yes, you read that right, a vertical loop, built entirely by hand, welded from scrap metal, and topped off with a bright blue paint job that just looked awesome, something like corkscrew kind of. The ride vehicle was strapped with seat belts and had a strict 160-pound weight limit due to its homemade chain lift system. It used to be 200, but over the years it went down to 160 just to make sure that it would get up the hill. But what it lacked in size, it made up for in insanity. According to Taylor Bybee, the ride pulled 4.6 Gs and climbs to about 20 feet tall, with the loop itself measuring roughly 9 feet. John Ivers allowed a few enthusiasts to visit and ride it over the years, and it quickly became internet legend.
On the hill I went, my brother-in-law tried it, and a friend of mine tried it that same day, and the helix wasn't there yet, so we was just ramping off the end of the track there, landed in the yard.
The coaster may no longer be running, but it definitely left its mark in backyard coaster history. Not every backyard coaster story ends in cheers, some end in zoning violations. And that's the tragic, incredible fate of Shadow Stalker.
Finally, maybe it's the high cost of going to a theme park, but a thrill seeker just built his own roller coaster in his backyard.
A wooden backyard thrill ride built in East Brunswick, New Jersey by 17-year-old Sammy Trachek and his friend Jack Cregan, who was 19. After nearly a year of work, the duo unveiled their creation in May of 2023, and it took off. The ride had one of the craziest looking airtime hills I had ever seen, and it looked like a little GCI shrunk down for the suburbs. Coaster enthusiasts from all over lined up to get on the ride. It was more than just kind of like, a little roller coaster. It was a backyard phenomenon. But like all great rides, that was over too soon, because in early July, township officials caught wind of the project and, as reported in the Auburn Citizen, told them that the coaster had to be torn down by September. It only operated for a little over a month, but still, that brief run made a lasting impression. Shadow Stalker now lives on as a symbol of everything do-it-yourself coasters and what they can be. But that was losing to red tape. The ride looked smooth, fun, and kind of insane. The airtime hill, that's easily one of the best looking homemade ones we've ever seen. In one of the videos we saw somebody's hat fly off. I didn't get to ride it, most of us didn't, but its legacy is always going to live on. Shadow Stalker is now part of backyard coaster folklore, and maybe a little too real for the suburbs. And judging by the footage online, we all missed out on one hell of a ride. Forest Rumbler was a backyard roller coaster, 155 feet of professional style stacked wooden track. The ride was located in Atlanta, Texas, and it had been an ongoing project since August of 2018. The ride has been SPNO since 2022, and pieces of the track were expected to be moved somewhere near Dallas in 2024, but I cannot find any recent updates. 11 months ago, Kingdom Coasters posted something about it, so stay on the lookout for that as it gets integrated into a new project, is what they're saying. Just go check out their page and see what goes on with that coaster, guys. But it looked awesome.
Babe, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, babe, we built a roller coaster.
Is it safe?
I think so. All right, ready, buddy? In 3, 2.
Some of you may have already seen this one. It's Dude Dad's recycling bin coaster, using a recycling bin as the car, PVC pipe with the help of an engineer for the track. This coaster was designed for the kids, and it looks incredible and smooth for being a PVC pipe backyard coaster. I'd love to get a ride on this one. It's a viral favorite, balancing the kind of good dad and what could possibly go wrong energy perfectly for the coaster, and the coaster enthusiast in me wants that in my backyard too. Features a little drop, good little airtime pop, and of course, you know, a spike that you go backwards up over the hill again, and then it's supposed to stop right in there. The engineer was very happy when they noticed that. They did test on like 0 pounds all the way to 200, and basically it always comes back up in that spot, so good job on the engineering part. The ride looks awesome. Would you guys ride it? This one's one of my favorites on the list. Built in Tucson, Arizona, the Riley was a project created for his grandchildren to enjoy their days at Grandpa's house, and the ride even reaches speeds of 20 miles per hour. The desert backdrop gives it a unique look, and while it's not the biggest or the fastest, its do-it-yourself charm and the family spirit made it a local sensation, and many enthusiasts have visited too, saying it pulls some really good forces. Gary built a heck of a ride here, and heck, I wish I had a backyard coaster built for me when I was a kid. Who doesn't? In 1997, Jeremy Reed built a simple coaster in his parents' backyard, and the following year he would extend the track, turning the spike into a hill and adding a bank turn. Reed added a chain lift, hill, and some ground support track in 1999, completing the coaster's full circuit. It ran for nearly 2 decades, with people enjoying a legit backyard coaster. It was fully removed in 2016 according to Coasterpedia. This was one of few rides that ran so long it needed actual maintenance protocols. Now we're taking you all the way to New Zealand for the Jocko coaster. Work started on this coaster in 2018 with Trevor Jackson redesigning and adjusting different elements of the coaster as it was built. Vertical loop was originally planned to be featured on the coaster after the first drop, but the idea was scrapped due to issues surrounding the forces it would exert on riders. The ride looks like one of the best built backyard coasters out there, and it's no wonder as Trevor Jackson, creator of the coaster, knows a thing or two about steel design and fabrication. I would love to get out there and ride this coaster. Tell me what you guys think about it.
All I need is a little bit of encouragement to say yes to a crazy idea. Oh man! My name is Will Pimble. I think it got faster. And I built a roller coaster in my backyard.
Well,
I built a roller coaster in my backyard because once upon a time when my son was 10 years old,
here we go.
We came home from vacation and he asked me, wouldn't it be great if we had a roller coaster in the yard? And it took me 5 seconds to know for absolute certain that it would be great.
Now this one I haven't seen mentioned as much, but my goodness, this ride looks awesome, even out of terms of a backyard coaster. 480 feet of track, 23 feet of vertical drop, a 540-degree helix turn, and 60-degree bank turn. The top speed is just over 21 miles per hour. Goal Boss, built by Will Pemble. This may be one of my favorites on the whole list. It feels like something you would see at a carnival or a fair, but yet so good and sleek looking too. Let's check it out.
Good luck catching him.
I know.
There it is.
Not too much is known about this next one, but if you follow the YouTube channel Backyard Roller Coaster Whiplash, you'll find that they have built a 400-foot long, 15-mile-an-hour, 60-degree drop wooden roller coaster in their backyard, and this thing looks pretty awesome. I mean, I would love to have this. It almost looks like a little iteration of a Wild Mouse wooden version, and you know, with some drops in there. It looks really family friendly. It looks like it's built very well, and they have some pretty cool, you know, 2 of their videos on there. They're both very cool to watch. They're both short. I wish they would upload a little more. Not much is known about this one, but check it out, guys. Some backyard coasters are just too good to be true, it seems. But amidst the challenges of the COVID pandemic, a new team was forming. Sean was inspired by a viral video of a family who made a Pirates of the Caribbean walkthrough in their home, which sparked an idea. They could do that, but better. He teamed up with his brother Michael and lifelong friends John and Matthew Eggers. Today, they designed, built, and brought to life not only roller coasters, but a resilient and passionate team, Magic Texture. It's committed to making the thrill of personalized roller coaster experiences accessible to everyone right in their own backyard. Now, turning Disney's Matterhorn into a working coaster in their backyard, just incredible. The result was Matterhorn Alpine Escape, and not only this, but 2 great coasters in one spot. Let's go check out the backyard coasters built by Magic Texture and their amazing crew. Matterhorn Alpine Escape may be my favorite backyard coaster ever on this list. The ride is 450 feet of steel track racing through caverns, underneath waterfalls, and over bridges spanning through rocky terrain. Originally conceived as a traditional PVC backyard track, the coaster evolved into a sophisticated steel track requiring the skills of pipe rolling, welding, and traditional wood construction to bring the coaster to life. The coaster winds around snowy mountains, Swiss-themed props, and a Yeti. It's more than a coaster, it's a full-on experience, complete with lights and sound. If you think this is impressive, wait till you see what's next. Let's get into what may be the most professionally built backyard roller coaster ever. Little Thunder. This launching coaster looks like it was airlifted straight from a theme park. Little Thunder Mountain is 900 feet long, steel track that barrels through a mountain, over a waterfall, and even launches you out of the cave. And did we mention that both of these coasters, the Matterhorn Alpine and Little Thunder, are next to each other in a backyard? Yes, it's incredible what can be done in backyards, everybody. These coasters show that roller coasters aren't just about thrills, they're passion projects, creative outlets, and sometimes even family legacies that turn into coaster companies. From backyard loops to tribute rides at Disney classics, this community turns dreams into drops and yards into amusement parks. And who knows, the next great coaster designer may not be from B&M or Intamin, but from a teenager with a power drill and a camera and a love for airtime in their backyard. As we see over at Magic Texture, they've now moved on to being able to produce these rides and are making them accessible for everybody. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And of course, a huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members for being part of the community, sending us videos, ideas, hanging out with us at parks, all that. We couldn't do this without you guys. And of course, as always, thank you for being a part of our spooky community and for coaster ghosting with Ghoster Coasters. Which one's your favorite backyard roller coaster, everybody? And hey, do you have any plans to build one? Let me know if you're building one. Let's have some fun on some backyard coasters, guys.